Who's running the call?
What is she defending me about? What
Confusion.
the fuck's going on here? Wait, what? No. No, Jen said she was defending me, so what's up with that?
Please.
You can't tell me that and not deliver. What's the argument about? I just got one from Dark saying I'm an asshole, but I'm used to that. I mean,
sweetman.
I tune out when someone calls me an asshole because everyone calls me an asshole. I'm used to that.
I've never called you an asshole.
Oh, you will at some point, trust me.
Probably.
My wife calls me an asshole every day.
I'm recording.
Yeah. La. We are good.
I'm recording.
You guys bug me about coming on, and you're not even ready.
I'm ready.
We were waiting
I'm ready
for
and,
you.
Ready and going.
Why were you? You don't have to wait for me. Just go.
No, we missed you.
Oh no! Don't try to kiss my ass.
We were sad.
Why were you planning not to join us?
I was gonna watch the Rockets.
Because he's an asshole.
I am an asshole. The Rockets were on, but they're not until 9. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and it is time.
It is 9.
What podcast?
In the right time zone.
You know where it matters. It's 8 o'clock.
Wait, whoa, what happened? Nobody. Did you see Nobody?
We have too many people now. We can't make it.
Post it on Facebook using the podcast. There's no Nobody.
Well, I can jump on.
It's 9 o'clock and he's not here.
Good.
So
No, he was here. He got here after Jen. It's like right after
Yeah,
you.
he's been waiting.
So he's been online waiting. So
okay, well never mind then. Now I feel like an asshole. God damn it.
I don't.
He had his phone still.
Get in here, you noodle.
I'm studying up to TNG podcast now, so feel free to tune in.
Here he is. We're going to be starting. If he actually answers, we can still start on time. Hurry up, Novod.
I'll jump off. I don't mind.
No, it doesn't matter if you're on or off. It's just.
But it's 8.
It is 8 people.
8 people wasn't that bad.
You obviously didn't listen from start to finish.
I listened to the whole thing.
It's good for. I think it's better. It's fun to have a more diverse group when it's like.
I feel bad.
There's
I feel bad
if you want a
for
diverse
topics.
group, we'll go pick up somebody from the ghetto, somebody from a Jewish temple. Let's see. We can go to the Badio. We can diversify the podcast that way.
What's the body?
The Vadio.
That's a Texas.
It's just
I don't
Mexican
know
for
if nobody's
neighborhood.
here.
That's all.
Oh. Quit
Not a lot
speaking
of
Mexican. This is the form
Yeah.
of
I forgot
podcast.
you're in
It's based in
Canada.
Texas. Nobod, are you here?
We weren't gonna even add you. I had to make them add you.
Shut up, Ray.
I had to bring it up. I was like, wait, no, Nobody. And you're like, oh, it's too late.
Anyway, we're starting this
I thought he
podcast.
Do it.
Welcome to the Forum Thread Podcast number 46. This is Dark One Dre, and here with me today we've got a beautiful ensemble of gorgeous people, beginning with Ray.
Yay!
That was Ray. And Lozelda.
Hello.
And the very gorgeous Sweetman. The kind of gorgeous Nobod. Hey. The very gorgeous Chaos Mana.
Hello.
Nobod, you're messing up my intro here. Make your computer be quiet.
What the hell?
Dude.
is
The
happening?
mothership's calling.
The sensitivity on Audacity is going haywire. Every time I let go of it, skips all the way back up.
Yeah. Bug report. We also have Tijin Lee.
I'm not pretty.
No,
You're
you're
Don't
You're
say
very
that.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
in your own way.
You're beautiful
I'm
on
sure
the
your mother
inside.
thinks you're gorgeous. And
Don't say
last, and certainly not least, we have Mr. Fusion, the asshole, who almost didn't make it today because he had better things to do.
Yes.
Welcome to the ugly end of the podcast.
Bitch, I'm
This
beautiful.
is why he got in.
Oh.
Bitch, I'm fabulous.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing in my head, only with Mr. Fusion's avatar doing that swooshing motion.
I'd like to point out the original version of my cover letter I sent out yesterday. The middle of it just said, "Bitch, I'm fabulous." That's all I had written. I was like, I
Don't
should
you
just be able to send this in.
hate doing cover letters?
I fucking can't stand
They're
it.
so every time I
It's the
find
only
a job,
reason I
I'm
don't apply to
applying
new
for it.
jobs.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, if I find a list of jobs and I have to apply, they say, please attach cover letter. I'm like, how much is this job paying again? No. Okay.
I
never mind.
literally, it took me 2 hours to write 5 sentences because I just can't write cover letters.
But isn't it like just a big paragraph of bullshit?
Well, yeah,
That's
it's
what
pretty
a
much
cover
like,
letter is. It's like, hi, I offer such quality, characteristics that your company would love to have. It's like just
You have to
know,
suck
you just-
tremendous dick.
you're just sucking yourself off in a paragraph. It's just,
exactly.
no.
It's like, here's how fabulous I am, and let me put everything into sentences that's already in the resume, which you already made me repeat in the application. So here's the same information for a third time, but now it's longer. So go fuck yourself.
I hate when you have to fill out a form as well, like the form on the website of all the stuff in your resume.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's annoying. When you can attach it and then it still asks you to submit a cover letter, like to type one out. Oh, that's so annoying. It really is.
And no one even reads those damn things. That's the sad part.
No,
They're making this thing.
as someone who is in management, I can tell you, I don't read half the shit. Let's be real. When a position opens up, that business knows how much salary range they want to pay. On top of that, they know what they're looking for, and pretty much when I scan through resumes, I look for reasons not to interview that person. It makes it more efficient for my time. If I look through and I say, okay, this one lives 45 miles away, yeah, this person's going to be calling in or coming in late. No. I mean, seriously, that's what I go through. And it saves me more time. It saves me time to do that, looking for people, rather than saying, okay, this is a person that I want to interview, to say, don't want to interview this one, don't want to interview this one, and then I have a set of like 5 or 6. Okay, we can interview those then.
It's an efficient method. You weed out all the ones you know are probably not going to go anywhere,
Yep.
and then you can focus on the ones that might actually.
But that's
Exactly.
that's the terrible thing about just being reduced to a resume. It's just like you are a piece of paper, and you're being completely judged by some random person.
Well, and the thing about that
who's
is
judging your future.
when you take those workshops that tell you, hey, why don't you submit a video and say, hi, I'm Doug, this is why you should hire me, the first thing I think of is I'm throwing that fucking video in the trash because you come across as a douchebag.
If
What I
there's
need
any
is
bells or
employees.
fucking whistles on a resume, you're out.
I don't need a circus clown in my office. I need a resume. I need someone that's going to be here and do the job. That's it. Simple as that.
We need you to be a number on a piece of paper. That's what we hire.
Exactly.
You're going to be a good little worker bee. Don't bring Hitler into this already.
Yeah, you're doing so well. But see, Dark,
She didn't
5
get the
minutes.
memo.
5 minutes.
Dark, you work in customer service, so you work in a
Who
call.
gave that away?
You work.
What?
You work in a call center, right?
What? Maybe.
Well, we've talked about it on
Which
the podcast
one? I'm
before,
gonna
so it's
call
not
it
like-
all the time now.
Eye
What?
contact. It's eye contact.
Well, he's brought it up
I'm
in the
not giving you my
podcast
number.
before, so it's not like it's
I
something
gave you
new.
the number. We have an accountant.
The problem is he's like the second layer, so you'd have to have a problem that's detailed enough to get to the second layer
Yeah,
of
you have
security.
You have to talk to You have to talk to the Filipino people first before you can
Well,
talk
what's
to
the
us.
hiring process like? I mean, is it very? I don't know. Are there many layers of the hiring process?
I don't know. I got the job because I was recommended for the position
Oh, okay.
by by someone that I knew who worked there. So I kind of didn't have to. I still had to fill out all the stuff, but I kind of already had a head start ahead of before everyone else.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, well, yeah, they had a couple. They had like 3 different interviews that I had to do. One was like over the phone, another was in person, and the third one was in person. I just had to pretty much prove that I could communicate efficiently with other people and
Did you just show them I
describe-
have a podcast?
Look.
no.
I'm legit. I'm on the internet.
Yeah, I'm on the internet, bitch. Yeah, you listen to me on the podcast, you would never hire me.
When I applied for a call center job, they had me in and they were like checking my computer skills. And okay, open this copy that. It's like the most mundane thing in the world.
Oh, I have to talk to those people almost every day. Like
Oh, yeah.
there's some people who are like, who who are looking to use our service, and they ask what email is,
Oh no,
No.
that you've got to be
and
kidding.
they're like, no, our service is not for you. We're an email marketing company. If you don't already know what email is, you don't need to use our product. I'm sorry, it's just not for you.
I found the worst one.
Oh my god, do not get me started on that.
Yeah, some people
I-
don't even know what those are.
Fuck
Oh yeah, because I did like wire or cable internet, and I tell people, okay, now type whatever in your address bar, and come with the speed, and then pop up like a bunch of search results. I'm like, what are you calling me?
Yeah.
At my last job, I worked with a Russian woman who was in her 60s,
Russian.
and
Oh, did she smoke?
I don't think so.
Did she sound like this?
I spent half of my
Oh,
day
honey.
explaining really basic computer shit to her, and I think my favorite one was the time she thought she deleted the internet. And
Oh my God.
she had deleted the icon, whatever. So I go to her desktop, and she has a bookmark saved to her desktop. And I go,
Is
if
it
you
for the
click
internet?
on that, it's going to go straight to that site. I'm like, but that's still the internet. You can just go to the address bar. And she looks at me like I have 7 heads, and she's like, what are you saying to me? So I'm like, trust me, click on it. And so she like double clicks and waits for it to pop up. She goes, see, it's just this thing. I'm like, no, see, there's that white bar at the top with all the letters in it. You can type where you want to go into that. And she looks at me again like I'm crazy. And so what she does is she starts typing in there. But after every letter, she looks at me, she goes, like that? I never thought www.google.com could take 15 minutes to type in, but that's how that went. And she thought that was the most magical thing ever, that you could do that.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's
I was
amazing.
I downloaded the IT side on the weekend.
Oh god, I love that show.
There's like an episode where
Oh my god.
Yeah, before I took this job, I had no idea there were so many technologically inept individuals out there. It's mind-boggling. It's worse than Best Buy, actually.
I call
It's
them
at least-
techno-tarded.
At least the people
like
that
it.
go to Best Buy, like have a concept that they want to buy a TV and they know they don't really know about the new features. But people that are working on a cloud-based platform like this, it's like magic to them, and they don't know what to do with it. And when it doesn't do right, they're like, "Oh, your program is broken."
Now,
Okay.
now I have a
Take a
question.
look.
If the weather is clear and there are no clouds, can I still get to my files?
No, you can't.
Someone fucking asked me that, and I think my head actually exploded. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain this to you because you are so far away from whatever the point was supposed to be that I can't drag you back to it.
We just need patience with these people. They're all going to just go away.
But they're
I'm
not.
gonna say how.
Just have,
They're,
have to wait for
just
that
won't.
section of the population to die out.
that it won't happen. They'll just keep
Teacher
reproducing
gonna
and
see personally to them.
Well, I mean, the old
No.
people can't keep reproducing.
no, but their
kills me
dumbass.
Actually-
Haven't you
Actually-
seen Benjamin Button? God.
That's based
goes
on
in
Red.
reverse.
I don't know. Jack Nicholson had his wife had kids when he was into his 70s. Jesus, I mean, you can still reproduce, man. Their retards are gonna keep
Oh,
coming
it's
out.
Ben can.
Just
Oh,
one
big
magical
time.
night of madness.
All it takes is one night. And a lot of Viagra.
There was a bit of like
Inbred.
superhero guys.
Yeah. They didn't get the cliff notes about the whole inbreeding thing.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, next thing you know, their children have got an extra arm, and they've got Down syndrome.
Dude, an extra arm would be awesome. Do
I
you know
was
how much
about to
more
say
extra
something.
shit
well,
that could
well,
get
no,
done?
an extra arm,
She and I are on the
or
same page.
is
I'm like,
it-
you know how much
would
shit
it,
you could
would it
get
just be a
done?
bunch of skin in that case?
Yeah, if you could actually use it, maybe.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen pictures of these birth defects? Like, an extra arm doesn't always grow where you think it's gonna grow. It can be sticking out of your head or out of your back.
That's
Like,
okay.
it's
Dude, sticking out of your
weird.
back, you would never have a back itch problem ever again. You would never have to, go and find a scratcher thing or ask someone to get it for you. You
should
are
run
right
for
fucking there.
president.
You are going to be the first one in line for a robotic arm that gets put
Oh,
Oh,
I-
hell yeah.
I am first in line.
Yeah.
If
Once
you can
they
get yourself
figure
a
out,
robotic arm that lets you give yourself a high five, yeah.
Scratch
You
your ass.
can
They
give
figure
yourself a
out
high
how to-
five right now. I don't know if you know that.
No. It doesn't work that way. It's like you're clapping when you do it that way.
Clapping.
If it's sticking out of your back, it's different.
You are
It
going to be
made
so
sense in my
sad.
mind.
You're going to be so
Once
sad
they
when you get
figure
your
out-
when you get your extra arm in the back and you can't reach it to high five it.
once the scientists figure out how to put something in my arm, then the body might-
Shit.
I get it.
I just want them to figure out how they can get it to where we have weenies in a pack of 10 and buns in a pack of 10. That's,
I
at
really
that point
did
in
not
society,
know
then
where that
I'll
was
go
going.
for an arm on my back.
Have you guys heard this? What I think this is the Egyptian military that they're claiming to have found a cure for cancer, or no, yeah, cancer? No, AIDS, a
I
cure
thought
for
Macklemore
AIDS
did that.
and hepatitis C or something like that.
Wasn't that Chris Jericho?
You know what, dude? They found the cure for AIDS and cancer already. They haven't figured out how to market it yet. It's total bullshit. I work in
Apparently that's
pharmaceuticals, and it's all bullshit.
Apparently, that's the big news that's come out of Egypt today, and everyone else in the world is looking at them like, yeah, you guys are full of shit.
Well, I mean, you think about it. Tejan Lee's right. Why would they, if they had a cure, a be-all, end-all to the end game of, it would just put business...
There's no money in healthy,
there's no,
in healthy people.
Exactly.
There's no money in dead
There's
people
been
either.
studies where they tell you not to take, vitamins. There's just don't trust vitamins. Go see your doctor, or go take drugs. It's just fucking marketing and people just creating fake
It
studies.
always
Oh,
boils
yeah.
down to money, man. Always. It's always
Yeah, I
about
actually
money.
did I read a
talking about
research
virus.
paper about pharmaceutical drugs versus vitamins, and how the pharmaceutical companies are like, vitamins are dangerous, be careful. Like, there has been a grand total of, I think, one death ever kind of blamed for a bad vitamin interaction, and it was never actually proven. But every year, over 1,000 people will die from expected prescription drug complications, and
Wow.
that's completely okay.
Well, yeah. The Russian army, on their regular training course, they have expected casualties. It's expected that people die. This training is not.
Yeah, I just find that really funny, though, that over 1,000 people a year can die expectedly of bad drug interactions. Like, yeah, that's okay, we're expecting that, but then you have
You're a
on the news
statistic at
people
that point. You're put into a
Yeah.
study for people who had adverse effects, and
Yeah.
then that's put into
Yeah.
a study still to try and market the drug. Only there was a study case of 500 people, and only 3 people saw adverse effects. It's you're just a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, people use vending machines every day, and you get 20 deaths every year from that.
Well, is it
You know how
from?
many
Is it
people
just
kill
from
sharks
using
a
it
year
though?
and
Is
how
it
many
for
sharks
people
kill humans a year?
I think
They
isn't
see
it
that
more
stat
from
all
the
the
people
time.
trying to steal from them, not just using vending machines? Trying to
I
rob
don't-
it or something?
I don't
Like,
look
okay,
into
we're
the
talking about
specifics.
vending machines,
falling.
it's falling on you.
Yeah, literally.
I think that's because people are attacking the vending
Yeah,
machine.
that's what
No,
I mean.
really, yeah.
I-
Isn't
It-
it something
I
like 30 deaths? Is it more than 100 deaths? Or for some reason I was thinking
No.
it's 30 or 40 every year.
Yeah, I think it's.
I can see it being, having some homeless person, that's wanting a free meal, and they're like, hey, I'm just gonna, rip open this little machine here that has a little food in it.
He
And
rips him open.
yeah, getting pinned underneath it.
All right, so I don't have an actual number, but apparently vending machines kill 4 times more people a year than sharks do.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I believe
Vending
it.
machines.
Also, cows kill a lot.
Is it really the vending machines or
Dude,
just
cows are
idiocy?
freaking dangerous.
Yeah, cows are vengeful motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And you know what?
They
They
deserve to be
deserve their
tipped.
vengeance. Pigs, cows, chickens, it's acceptable losses. When they take one of us out, it's just like, we had it coming.
Yeah,
You know.
it had to happen eventually.
We created veal. We don't deserve those people to...
Veal's really
Veal.
No.
Gyro.
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 Good lord.
Gyro is what
Gyro.
Trump calls
Hey,
it.
hey, if I order that at a
Boston.
restaurant, I still get one. So it's good enough.
I don't know. I just can't. I can't.
No,
I can't justify.
Wait, so
eating
Toby says it like that?
Yeah, the Buscus says gyro.
Wait, see,
Oscars.
Dark, you can't eat meat, Dark?
You know that, David. No,
No,
you texted,
JonTron sung
John
about
Tron.
gyros in his
Oh,
video.
yeah.
Nobody and me don't use the word gyro.
Captain Birdman, she wants to know a statistic. How many vending machines kill sharks
7.
every year?
Exactly.
Probably
The same number that falls in their own damn hole and died in the heart of use their own.
She was trying to trap a
Oh.
cow or something.
Oh.
Yeah, she fell in her own hole and died.
She's gonna snap back at you in the Twitch chat.
I'm sorry.
What about
I
vending
love
machines
you
that
so
Holy
much,
shit.
Captain
Snapback.
Birdman.
Oh,
I love you.
Oh snap!
I actually got to see. It wasn't a shark. I don't know why this got me. It got me thinking about talking about sharks. Because I had a vacation this last weekend. I went to the beach with my family, and when we were walking along the beach, I think it was Sunday morning, we actually saw 2 dolphins off playing in the water.
Aww.
Did you catch it?
Dolphins.
It was the water was fucking cold. I was wondering what the hell they
Yeah.
were doing.
I like
here.
how that's the only reason you didn't catch one is because the water was fucking cold.
I was
If
gonna
the
go.
water
after
would have been
it,
warm, I would have I would have gone in and been like, "Hey, I want to play with the dolphins. Please don't drown me." And it would have been fun.
Then you would have somehow just, I don't know, fallen in the water.
Yep. And it would have been the end of Dark One Dre, and it would have been tragic.
It would have been Death One Dre.
Death One Dre.
Ah,
And I'd come back and haunt all you fuckers.
I am not. Okay, in,
Really?
talk
Okay.
shit about your mom.
we're talking about how her mother made her a 4th drink, right? I said her mother's an enabler,
Kudos to you, Ray's mom.
but she is an enabler. But Ray is a grown-ass woman.
You are a grown-ass woman, Ray. Why aren't
Emphasis
you making your own
on
That's what I'm
ass.
saying.
I did, but apparently I don't look strong enough.
If you're on your 4th one, I don't think your mom's making them strong
Exactly,
enough either.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, at this point, I think I made a mistake.
that
mean,
that
it's
a girl.
Right there
You've made a
in front of
commitment.
You know who? If I'm gonna go out to get mixed drinks, I always go to this place called the Burrow. It's owned by a couple of lesbian chicks, and unlike regular bars or gay bars, which mix the drinks sparingly so you can buy lots of them, lesbian bars or bars owned by lesbians, they know how to mix a drink.
Wow.
It is the best.
They're trying to get people laid.
Yeah, like that's their ulterior motive. It's like, you come to our bar, we will give you a good drink, you will get laid, or maybe vomit on the pavement outside. Either way, you're gonna have a great time, whether you remember it or not.
That's awesome. Everybody's typing in the chat now.
I know it's
And
good.
I was,
There's
I
also
went
where do
it's
you take the
distracting.
conversation after that?
I have a point. Today is a very busy day for the gay and lesbian community.
Really?
Oh, tell us about
Let's
it.
go to our
That
course.
it is in Texas.
In Texas, not only in Texas, did you hear about Arizona an hour ago?
No, I didn't. I've not been on the internet.
Okay, the
since
governor
then.
vetoed the bill 1602.
Woohoo!
For those of us who don't pay attention to numbers, can
Senate
you-
Bill 1602. Basically, it
So-
was going to make it legal for businesses to refuse services.
Oh, I
to
saw
the
that
lesbian
bullshit.
community.
Based on
And-
religious persecution.
Let's look at the game plan, folks, because this thing was approved to
Persecution
go into
violations.
effect last week.
Oh.
So it broke into the news a couple days ago. Well, suddenly the NFL says, well, you know what? We're supposed to have the Super Bowl in Glendale next year. Fuck it, we're going to go somewhere else. And shockingly, a few hours later, they veto the bill. It boils
It all
down
goes
to
down
money.
to money.
It's not about it's not about doing the right thing. It's about money. But
But hey, if it just happens to line up, doing the right thing will make you lots of money, then hey, all the
Oh
more
my
reason.
God.
exactly.
I wish baseball did that years ago when they had the All-Star game in Arizona.
Well, they weren't.
Oh, 2 years ago? Yes, they were.
Oh, is that when they did the like Mexican thing?
How would they
What?
tell unless you were
There's like a
about the
legal-
businesses
Exactly.
though? Like, how would they tell unless you were like open about?
Well, it was
or,
just-
like
Something that I read was like if you're being like overtly flamboyant, like the people there like are in the process of being offended, and they can ask you, like,
I want
and it's-
someone with zero sense of fashion to walk in with like rainbow
this.
pants or something and have them be like, "I'm sorry, you can't be here," and start this whole big hullabaloo bullshit because.
Well, it's kind of a complicated thing where you talk about, well, how do people know? It's like, but if you ever sit there and have idle conversation with someone, especially like with teammates or people you spend a lot of time with, you're going to wind up talking about your life and your family,
I don't talk to my friends about that
husband,
shit.
your kids. Yeah, so
Well, when you're a professional
Fuck 'em.
athlete,
If you're
when you're a
antisocial.
professional athlete, the
Wow.
one thing that everyone talks about is
Professional
boning.
athlete.
I'm not kidding. They
What?
talk about getting laid.
oh yeah,
And so
Yeah.
it's eventually going to come up in the locker room. And it's kind of interesting because I know most of you aren't big sports fans, but there's a college player
Sports.
that's going to be drafted in the NFL. He is the first openly gay
Is he
player.
a center?
Of course, we all know they're in the past. No, he's an outside linebacker. But anyway, so they're kind of in uncharted territory. They're breaking new ground with this whole thing, and he's a decent player, but he's getting a lot of media attention because of this, which I understand. It's a new frontier kind of thing in pro sports, and that's fine. But it's kind of weird just how when that's happening at the same time in Arizona, the Super Bowl is supposed to be in Glendale next year. This whole thing, the NFL's like, okay, well, we can't just go forward with the Super Bowl there because we're going to get a bunch of big backlash, especially with the fact that we're in the mainstream media, getting all this attention about having this gay player. So the first thing they said today was we're going to be moving the Super Bowl somewhere else. And a couple hours later, Governor, okay, we vetoed the bill. Never mind.
the bill has been vetoed.
We're not going to turn down that $100 million.
I wonder if anyone had enacted the thing in that little time that it was up.
What it was voted in. It hadn't taken effect yet.
Okay.
That's why of all people, Mitt Romney recommended they vetoed. Now, if Mitt Romney is your opposition, you have gone full fucking retard.
He
Yeah.
also said to get rid of tampons for that.
Wait.
yeah.
Actually, no, we're not going to talk about that. Never mind.
Did not hear that.
No, we're not going there.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with LinkDumpNotFound, but it's a website.
I hope this is not related to
It's a
tampons.
satire website about it's like U.S. Army. And I read an article on there
Why are you reading parody sites about our military?
because we don't have. Well, there's another story to tell about one of. We had a big state. But anyway,
I can find you a million memes on the internet about Mounties.
Wait, did you say memes?
Memes.
Yeah, let's talk about
Memes.
that.
Memes.
Let's talk about the way Tejan Lee says meme.
Memes.
No, it's mem.
Inappropriate.
Guys,
No,
Philly
it
accent.
is not.
Wait,
It's
we're
mem.
wrong.
No.
Yeah.
side.
You're dead to
Okay,
me.
because there's an E at the end. It makes the previous.
There's a
vowel
Canadian
fall
telling you how to
out.
speak English.
Nah.
Meme.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, dude, that's
You're
a.
dead
That's,
to me, Tejan Lee.
Oh my god, that's harsh.
I had a
man.
friend who called it a Mimi.
Meme.
So, I mean,
Oh no,
Maybe.
fuck that.
Okay, you're one up on your friend, but that still
Me and
puts you.
David saw White Possum baby.
okay.
They said it's you, not
Um,
awesome.
yeah.
I,
There she
I-
goes,
That's definitely
off
what
on
I'm
a
going to go
tangent.
do when I the
No, I
hospital.
took a picture. It's really dookie.
That's nice, Ray. Very nice.
So anyway,
Fuck you, so hard thinking.
I read an article today on there that said that like the Pentagon announced that they won't be doing any more LGBT events because the Army's pretty much getting off that. It's like this big satire thing, but it's like if you read it, you're like, yeah, we do a lot of these stuff. Super homoerotic.
They're kind of like an
I've
onion
always
site.
felt
Is
that.
that
that
Yeah, it's kind of like
wrestling
the
was
Onion, but
super
like,
homoerotic.
it's like I get my guys to clean up the toilet, portable toilet, and all you see are penises. Big penises, little penises, penises with wings.
Penises with wings?
What?
Yeah, people get creative.
I don't get it.
I
I'm
do
I'm
not know
amused
where to
by
go
Ray's
from that.
reaction, but I don't get
They
it.
draw penises all.
Oh.
Well, that's just rude behavior.
Yeah.
And sometimes lady behavior. I don't get it. Like the whole my high school, all the stalls had just dicks everywhere. Like
Oh
why?
yeah.
Who just draws dicks? Who does that?
Barbara?
Yeah.
Why?
Super bad.
He just draws dicks all the time.
Yeah.
You love dicks. Dicks, dicks, dicks. That's what you're always saying.
Ray, sing us a song about dicks. She's not drunk enough. Give her a fifth.
Yeah, about that part.
Long had one.
She needs a fifth vodka.
Yeah, I finished it, but I don't want to.
We can
Is your
text
mom
her.
listening? Is your mom listening to the podcast now?
But she likes you.
That works. That's fine.
I love it when people I don't know love me.
That is textbook.
I wish people I didn't know loved me. I want people I don't know.
It's like, I don't know you, but I love that you love me. Thank you. Number one fan.
The dark.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to fight her for number one fan.
You lost your position as number one fan, TJ Lee. You've been on the podcast too many times.
I'm number one cast member.
No,
Yeah.
you're just nobody now.
You're just
gonna
that
have to
guy.
deal with that.
No, he's.
At least
I
I'm
like
not
the
nobody.
emotions that Ray goes through so quickly. First, she hates T-Jan Lee,
She's
and he's dead to
bipolar.
her, and now she's really upset that he's nobody.
Only after fun.
Well, yeah. Blah, 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 blah,
She also
blah.
has trouble speaking English. Ma'am.
Man.
I'm sure there's a mem for this.
God.
Sure there is.
I'm sure there's a Dodge meme for this.
Oh, fuck that.
Wait,
Fuck
wait.
you.
A Doge meme for what?
And no, it's Doge.
People say Doge to make me mad too.
Doge.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna have this conversation
Doge.
again.
Doge.
Nope, no, we're not, because it's a
Doge.
terrible
Doge.
meme, and it
Doge,
sucks,
Doge,
and we're not going to
Doge,
acknowledge
Doge.
it.
No, it's really just wow.
Much mem.
Wow.
Ken just discovered the Doge meme last week and was texting me in
Oh, really?
the same method that you would
I would-
make a Doge
I would
meme.
murder someone.
And then he was doing it wrong, so I would have to correct the way he was.
How do you do it
Wait, how is
wrong?
he doing it?
He was being too
Oh.
proper.
Dope.
In Doge or Doge or whatever, you can only have two words per sentence.
Fucking damn it.
Correct?
Yeah.
And every sentence has to be a different color. And in Comic Sans.
Well, he couldn't text me in
It has to be
multiple
different
'cause,
colors?
You know, texting isn't that advanced,
Not
so
yet.
no.
In Post, dude, you need to read up on your
Oh,
Doge.
that was pretty good, whoever that was.
That was me. My bad.
Good
Is
job,
it
high
really
five.
your bad though?
Yes. Well, it depends. It depends on who's listening to this and if they're offended by belches.
If you can smell it over the internet, we have a
I
different
was
problem.
just about to say that. she's imagining the smell of beer breath all the way over.
How did you guys high five over the internet?
Because we're awesome?
Have you never
No, they're
high-fived
actually
over
in the
internet
same
before?
room
It's
right now.
Super easy.
Look who you're talking to.
Yeah, we're actually next to each other. It's awesome. High-fiving.
They're sharing the vodka.
What?
You're just staring at your empty cup.
It was like, I can't interrupt this support. I'm like, really? Because I kind of zoned out. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, it's because I was saying that because I had a story to tell. For two
Oh,
stories.
really?
Nobod, well,
This fucking lit.
tell us your story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, well, since she brought that up first, I had a hole in my lip. I had fallen in a manhole. And don't take that the wrong way.
Wow.
I think about it.
So you were
Yeah,
filming a
I'm
Yeah, I
suddenly
got
picturing
caught
him
at the
with
last
some rubber
moment.
gloves on, and yeah,
Okay, it was a literal manhole, like on the sewer caps. The cap was not on and off.
Oh.
Walking home, like rather late at night. It was probably about 9:30, so it was pretty dark here. And I did not see that the cap was not on the sewer hole manhole thing. So I fell into it, and I ended up busting my lip, and I was bleeding everywhere. I was like spewing blood on the side of the highway. The puddle of blood is still out there.
Oh.
Nice and stained
Did you
inside
meet
the
the
road.
Wait. I have a question.
No one stopped for me. They drove by.
That's
I
Philadelphia.
was like, thanks,
You know,
guys.
This is an important question, no, bud. I have a question. Why is there a pool of blood on the side of the highway when you fell into the manhole? Shouldn't the pool of blood
No,
be
after
down
he
at the
got
bottom?
out.
No, I caught myself in the rim of the bottle.
Oh,
And making my shit in my
that's
back.
considerably less.
So I started to fall in. But I managed to catch myself.
What,
So you
what if,
almost
what if
fell
happened
into
if
a
you fell
manhole.
in?
He
No, I didn't.
90% fell into a manhole.
Most of it.
Just the tip.
I hit my knee on my lip, and I ended up with a hole.
Did-
going on.
Did you put some jewelry in it?
You guys can't tell.
Did you put some jewelry in it?
No, but my doctor was gay. Like, by the way. But
Because that
Oddly
has
enough-
something to do with everything.
Well, that sounded really homophobic. Awesome. All right. Yeah, we went from manholes to gay doctors
Definitely
to
not.
holes in faces, and
He's
it's
just
just not
talking
good.
about a porn that he was watching.
Oh.
It's just 4 holes.
Speaking of falling over.
That's
Yeah,
that's
okay.
gonna be the name of the porno. Holes for pleasure.
Yes.
the worst part was he took the wooden end of the cotton swab.
Why?
He just wanted to try something. I want to see if this will fit.
He wanted to see if there was a hole in it, so he just stuck it in there. Like, yeah.
Okay, so did you get some jewelry to put in there?
Why?
He's got the cotton swab still in there.
People pay good money for that.
Didn't
I have another story. You guys want
No,
to
bud.
go there again?
No.
Oh god.
We went-
Go ahead.
We
Okay, my teeth are
We
really
went from-
messed
Ray
up.
can't handle it,
Hold on,
apparently.
hold on. My teeth are really messed up, so I got a special toothpaste from my doctor. And apparently, you can overdose on it.
What's
Uh,
it?
I don't even know what that means.
Well,
Will
you
it
got
put holes in your
medicated
teeth?
toothpaste, right?
It's really special.
Don't swallow it.
We know I thought all toothpaste was slow.
No attention.
That's only. No,
No,
that's
okay. Pardon me.
Well, I mean, if they give you something that's supposed to go in your mouth, you should be able to swallow it.
Yeah.
that's only if you use fluoridated
A lot of
toothpaste.
girls should probably know that too.
It's the fluoride in the toothpaste
That-
that's
that
toxic.
came out a
That's
lot
what they
worse
don't
than
want
I
you to swallow.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fluoride.
Oh, motherfucker.
What
Same thing.
Obviously not.
did we? I don't think you and any of us were ever on the same page,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Floor
We're
round.
actually probably not even in the same book. Two different
Or in the
books.
same universe.
We're not on the
maybe.
same podcast.
No.
So
actually,
this
we're
thing
not.
called Earth. Been there?
Nah.
It's
It's
very
overrated.
round.
So Nobod, was that the end of your story?
Tell
Yeah,
another
it's
joke.
more like a comment.
Oh,
Okay,
I just found it-
because I was about to say
I was on-
that was a horrible story.
I
So this has been a
You do-
no-bot-dominated podcast tonight. What would be the rating? Do we give it 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb down, 2 thumbs
No, no, no. I'm
Likes and
picturing
dislikes.
I'm picturing Caesar in the Gladiator movie where he's holding his thumb at the side and then slowly tilting it down. So Nobod, you've got to die.
What? No, Batista. Let's not go to wrestling. Stop.
The animal.
I worked with the guy with the
Speaking
last
of
name
Batista,
of Fonzie.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Shut
Wait,
up.
what?
Shut
I'm kind of excited about this movie.
You shut
Dude,
Where are we
I think
going?
it looks awesome.
I like the little raccoon in that movie.
I hate how everybody's
Shut up!
just
Don't call him that.
trashing the
His
talking
name's
raccoon.
Rocket. If you call him Rocket
Whatever.
Raccoon, he'll go.
It's
he'll go
it's a
crazy.
talking raccoon. Who cares what its name is?
What? I remember hearing
If you
mention
want to go to
about
the
this,
movie, you should know the
definitely.
name of the characters.
What? Everyone's talking now. I
Mhm.
can't keep anyone in the conversation straight. One person.
Stop talking.
Talk at a time.
Hitler.
I said one person.
Chaos. What were you asking?
La, la,
Chaos?
la, la.
What is going on
You have
this
gone-
time?
Oh dear God, you've all gone retarded. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a Marvel comic
Man.
that is the next big movie. Actually, the second of the year. The first one's Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer premiered on who was it? Jimmy Kimmel last week. So
He was on
It's-
Ellen today.
I'm very excited about this movie.
Really?
It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Alright.
So you read the comics, right?
Hell yeah, I read the comics.
And they're good? Because
They're very good.
If you tell me to pick it
Never
up,
read
I'll
the
pick it up.
comics.
Okay. Well, let me
Pick it up.
Let me
Pick
look
it
at
up.
this. It's a story that doesn't take itself too seriously.
Perfect.
It's the story of a girl.
Did,
Yeah,
did
this
you
is this is like
It's got a
Ant-Man.
fucking
Isn't
talking
there also
raccoon
going to
in
be
it.
like
How
later
serious
on
could it take
like a
itself?
Bug Man movie or something like that?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. There we go.
Ant-Man. Part
And
of
you know
Phase
what?
3.
Edgar
Yeah,
Wright is
I'm
directing
not
it,
looking
so I'm
forward to
totally in
that.
favor of it.
Exactly. Edgar Wright is the Shaun of the Dead guy.
Oh,
It's going to be interesting, and I think they'll succeed. I hope they succeed.
These movies, the Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, they're not going to be taken too serious.
Yeah, especially
so-
with Ant-Man's power. Isn't it just like shrinking but still staying the same strength? Like, there's not very many things that would come into use if one.
Well, the thing with PIM particles, thank you very much for bringing that up, Chaos. PIM particles actually allow you to control your molecular stability, so he can both grow and shrink. So
But
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
see that movie working
Right,
out very
don't
well.
go there.
Sounds like a retarded premise.
as long as it's better than Daredevil.
Hey,
Well, that's a Fox
Daredevil
Studio
wasn't
movie.
that bad of a movie. It wasn't good.
well,
It
if
wasn't
you
that
watch
bad.
if you watch the director's cut, it's actually decent.
Yeah, that's the version I
that
watched. I
should
didn't
have been
watch
the
it in
real-
theater.
Yeah, that should have been the real version.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now the Elektra movie, that was just fucking weak.
That was bad.
But
What was worse, the
Yeah.
Elektra movie or the Catwoman movie?
Catwoman.
Catwoman,
Okay.
Catwoman was just
Yeah.
awful.
Elektra was weak. Catwoman was fucking awful.
yeah.
Hey.
Hey, the
Hey.
Nolan Batmans weren't bad.
I liked Superman.
I did watch the
Oh.
last Batman. I was like,
Speaking of, well, it's actually what I was going to say has nothing to do with Batman, but we all know Christian Bale played Batman in the new Batman movies, and he also plays the main character in the movie that I watched yesterday, American Hustle.
How was that?
Any- Has anybody seen
No.
this?
I want to.
It was. I didn't know what to expect. It's not really my cup of tea of a movie, but it was actually pretty damn good. It was about a con man. Christian Bale is the main character. He plays this like con man mastermind. Falls in love with this chick who's also crazy good at conning, and she pretends to be some sort of like British royalty with banking investments, something like that. Yeah, banking connections. They wind up getting caught by the FBI and start working for the FBI with this douchebag of a cop, and like the plot just gets weirder and weirder as they go along. And the guy's the main character's wife, she's a complete nut job. Uses his kid against her, but she's hilarious. She's the main character from the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
She's
Jennifer Lawrence, yes.
Yes, she plays a crazy bitch so well. Like, I could not appreciate her in the Hunger Games, but watching this movie gave me a whole new respect for her. She is a fucking great actress. Like, she sold crazy like no one's business.
to be honest, I thought that was kind of like strange.
I never got bored with it.
Yeah?
I never got
Really?
bored with it. No.
I was It was.
I don't think I would ever watch it again, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself the entire way through, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of movies that I would never watch again. Yeah, there's a lot of movies that I watch once and never see again. Like The King's Speech, I thought was a really good movie, but I have no intention of ever watching it again because it's just one of those things. Like, oh yeah, it's good. Like whereas Pirates of the Caribbean, they're not good movies, but I would watch those things over and over
amazing
again just because they're
movies.
fun.
I guess
They're not amazing. They're decent. They're entertaining. They're entertaining.
Yes,
Right,
they
right.
kiss.
I want to see that.
Wait, what?
My final word on American Hustle. If you're a fan of the
Yeah.
I like her face. She's very pretty.
Who?
but that movie is like 60%.
And the other 40% is all about bad hair
Oh yeah.
because it does take place in the 70s.
Which is the era of bad hair.
Oh,
And
yeah. That's what
Perp.
stunned me. Like the movie starts off with Christian Bale doing his hair in this mirror, and he takes this wad of what looks like either beard trimmings or pubic hair and sticks on his massive bald spot, glues it down, and then does this comb over to it. And the whole time I'm sitting here thinking, I don't recall Christian Bale being bald, so they're doing a really convincing job of covering up the hair follicles, even if he did shave that section.
Uh-huh.
And then he had a pot belly. Like they show him without a shirt on, and he's just like sitting there with his pot belly. I'm like, didn't he have like a six pack for the Batman movies? Like, holy
You can
shit!
definitely change.
Well, you know, before he did Batman Begins, he did The Machinist, and he had lost like something like 70 pounds for that role. And then, no, I'm sorry, he lost 50 pounds for The Machinist. Immediately after they were done filming, he was cast as Batman. He gained 70 pounds within like 3 months. I mean, the doctors told him he almost died because his heart couldn't handle the drastic weight change. But yeah, he ballooned up and down for those two roles back to back, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I could other than the fact that obviously his face, you couldn't fudge the face up, but like just looking at the body, I would have never recognized him. He sold the part really well, and after seeing him playing Batman in the last three movies, where you think, oh god, his role is getting really stagnant, no character, how good of an actor is he actually? But he did
I think it always
he did a
depends on
fantastic
how
job,
well
I
he
thought.
plays Bruce Wayne. Because Batman isn't really... There's not much to Batman.
No.
Bruce Wayne is the
There's not
personality.
much to Bruce Wayne either. What personality does Bruce Wayne have? He's got no personality.
He's a flamboyant playboy. That's
That's an act, though.
It's an act. It's interesting.
Yeah, he's not even flamboyant. He's just posh.
What's the dynamic?
So, I don't know.
The dynamic is that who is the real person and who is the alter identity? Like, is Batman
Like,
the
neither.
person and Bruce Wayne the alter ego? Is it vice
don't know.
versa?
That's what I've never really liked the Batman character very much, just because of that. Because it's like, yeah, the Batman thing is an act, the Bruce Wayne thing is an act. You just have this rich guy who's completely insecure in his own skin, and he's trying
So
to
he's just a lost
find
soul,
himself.
basically.
Yeah, and he's like he wants to find himself, but he's trying to doesn't want to be alone with himself, so he does all this crazy shit to compensate for it.
He does a lot of good, and I can't hold that against him. I'm like, you could be as crazy as and psychotic as you can possibly be, but you saved the little girl from the burning building, so it doesn't matter to me.
My problem with the character...
Children die all the time.
My problem with the character in the comics, he is quote-unquote the ultimate detective, so he has every scenario mapped out. He has every hero and villain's weakness mapped out. Like, he can beat anyone, and I don't buy that. I can't buy that. I can't buy it. Superman just can't flick him into outer space,
What about
I can't buy that.
Sherlock?
If they would have taken that angle, though, I think it would have been more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they did Sherlock Holmes, that actually reminds me a lot of that. The way they shot the Sherlock
Which
Holmes
one?
movies, the newer ones, with Dave, what's his name, Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert
How
Downey
do you
Yeah,
not
yeah,
know his
yeah.
name? He's a gorgeous man.
He is very attractive, but
You
doesn't
guys
mean I
see
know his
Son
name.
of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
That
not
big
attractive.
Cumberbatch?
Not in the
Cumberbatch is just too
Don't
weird.
tell that to
He's
Tumblr.
a,
He's
Yeah,
a
you said
really,
bitch is
He's a
gorgeous.
fantastic actor, but he is
Shut
pretty
your
he makes a
mouth
really
right
good
now.
He's just
He was
creepy.
better
He
looking as the
fell
dragon,
off the
right?
ugly tree and got hit with every stick on the way down.
Really
You
now?
shut your
Oh
whore
my.
mouth right now.
Ray, back it,
I
back,
see-
take it back a
I,
notch.
I
Just
see that
breathe
face,
with me.
and I'm like,
Cumberbatch is
"Ooh,
low.
no.
Deep
Yeah.
breath in,
Yeah, you need to calm down.
let it out slow.
apparently he's super.
I had him like this.
You
He
like
was just about to
ask
come
fans-
on the podcast, but now you insulted him.
You like well go up to fans and ask them
Ruined it.
stuff. Yeah.
I am impressed with how big his voice is compared to how small his body is.
It's not
You
that
know what
small.
else is big? I
Very-
don't know.
What have you seen?
It always comes back to that.
Oh, speaking of nerdy, you know what show I just recently watched an
What?
What's
episode
wrong
of,
with that show?
and it really kind of struck me as what the fuck is going on here? The Big Bang Theory.
Just like
now.
Like-
nice.
Stop now. Turn around.
Yeah. I watched a couple episodes of it when it first came out. I'm like, oh, this is okay. But I recently saw another episode of it when I was at the gym the other day. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? It's like, it's like they're stuck in the this idea of what nerds and geeky people were from like 10 years ago, and
Doesn't provide you with representation.
no, it's just trying to throw in. They throw in some
Hilarious.
modern terminology with really old stereotypes. Like, and this is popular. Like, people like this.
One thing is, one of my classes in school, it was just a sit and watch movie class. That was all, and occasionally help out around. They made,
Sounds like a fun
they
class.
made us watch. Not made, but one of the things was
hilarious.
like just episodes of that show, and it's not very interesting at all.
That show.
I think he,
That one show.
like I've been watching it. I think I've been watching it for like a second. And you kind of have to follow along. They really like for that. It's not like something that you just drop.
Yeah, I think I would rather watch How I Met Your Mother.
Good choice.
That's kind of the thing.
Which is about to wrap up pretty soon.
About to wrap up.
It's kind of sad, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Because they finally find out how.
No, it's not that. I think for me, like I watched this is how I met you. On Monday, the last few episodes have been kind of sad because they always have. They're very emotional. So many, the feel is very heavy with that with the last few episodes.
They've been doing like a lot of callbacks this season.
Yeah.
Just serious stuff that's been going on in the other seasons that they
Yeah.
just call back and they're resolving.
It
But you can at least
So-
appreciate the
At
fact
least
that the
they're tying
producers
up
are
all the
giving
loose
us that,
ends.
right?
That's
They're
nice.
closing all.
I always
the
thought
holes.
that show was super clever with just tying everything in. It's just they had so much filler episodes. Like when you're watching on a week-to-week basis, it can get tough because you're like, oh, nothing happened in this episode, and like, oh, Ted's with another woman that's not the mother. And it's just like, let's just get to the serious stuff. So, but when you watch it in bulk, it's just not
think
as
that-
good.
Yeah.
Which I did for the first 5
Sorry.
seasons. It's the only show
Oh,
I watched on
I tell
TV.
you- I saw when I was at the theater yesterday, and I was watching the previews. They had a commercial for a new TV show. I think it was created by J.J. Abrams, another one of those.
J.J.
But it looked very interesting.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Abrams, the fuck his name is.
Abrams.
Look, we spent like a solid 5 minutes talking about the difference between mem and
Yay.
meme, so we're gonna harp on you for the whole Abrams thing.
Yeah.
Abrams.
How does it feel?
Abrams.
I like the way it
What?
feels.
Go forward, my friend.
Please tell me about Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I
Definitely
love
watch
that
it, dude.
show.
See, I was told
It's
that's
really
funny as
funny.
well, and it's on Hulu, and I'm working on too many shows right
I
now.
don't know.
That's kind of like not right now.
There was a couple years that I was getting it straight, and I was getting all the put Canadian. Not,
Canadian.
you gotta find like an American drink or something.
What's the Canadian? What is the Canadian commercials like? Because I know ours are really loud and obnoxious.
Pretty much the only good ones are like
Very polite.
beer commercials are okay.
I'll tell you, the pharmaceutical
Yeah.
commercials are much better because they're not watered down by bullshit.
You don't
ISI.
have pharmaceutical commercials. No,
No,
because it's
I must be thinking of a different country.
well,
then.
like I mean they might, but most of our like any pharmaceuticals like doctors tell you that's it. You don't have to like, go out.
Well, we have a lot of like pharmaceutical or drug
Yes,
advertising.
half the
stuff.
commercial
Like,
is
you do
the actual commercial.
30 seconds of
Plenty
messaging
on
and then 1 minute of important stuff.
Yes.
And in other
It's
countries,
1 minute of
it's not
here are
as
all the
big a
horrible
deal.
side effects.
The only
Yeah,
ones that I've seen are like stop smoking.
It's your own fault.
Yeah, well,
Burn.
In his picture, he's sitting there with a cigarette.
I'm planning on quitting.
Really?
Yeah,
Good man.
I think this,
For how long?
Congratulations.
We're your
this
support
week
group.
I'm going to start some drugs, so it's another week or so before. Yeah.
Why don't you try one of those electric cigarette things?
He's gonna
they don't
start
work that
smoking
well.
the crack.
That sounds like a really
they
bad
look-
undercover
Well,
cop.
it seems
Yeah,
to
I
vary
totally
for who
smoke
they
the
work
drugs.
for. I've seen some people that just seem to be like at the university or at different places. Some people it seems to work quite well with electronic cigarettes. It's
Yeah,
definitely
I-
a lot better alternative because
I
I
tried
don't
it
get
before.
obnoxious.
You're seeing
I
young
tried it.
people
I
actually
tried
use
it
those?
before, and like it kind of takes the edge off from the nicotine and stuff. It'll sort of keep you level, but
As a non-smoker though, I've got to say I really enjoy electronic cigarettes when I'm drinking socially. They're a lot of fun.
well, you guys have the one because
You can buy both.
they've started selling.
Goodbye, no bod.
Take care. Godspeed.
Watch out for manholes.
I guess
We're
I
not
guess the in Ontario where I live, they can only sell like electronic cigarettes that don't have it,
Why?
but you can still get them. Yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know. Well, what's really nice about the electronic cigarettes is you don't get that. Like if you're smoking a real cigarette, down when you get to towards the filter, it just gets really fucking nasty tasting, and you don't get that with an electronic
and you
cigarette.
can get like but nicotine in itself not super harmful for you. It's all that other crap.
No.
No, it's
Yeah, it's the fact that they put arsenic inside the cigarettes. What else?
Nicotine
Tar.
is just the addictive part that keeps you coming back.
just learn to pop.
Yeah, then have
Is
your
that safe?
liver.
Well, I think smoking is just is worse than even some of a lot of the other stuff. Just because people, whoever you're around, they can't help but first of all smell it and then breathe it almost as if they were smoking themselves. That's just the
Yeah.
worst part about it.
Secondhand,
there's
secondhand,
actually been-
secondhand cigarette smoke is bad.
But
Yes.
there's a lot of
I have another tidbit of information that you probably don't know about. Okay, so we know secondhand smoke is dangerous, as Mr. Fusion has reminded us all. Yes, third-hand smoke is just as dangerous as second-hand smoke. It is a real thing.
Third hand.
that's like the stuff that gets into like heart.
It's on yeah.
Yeah.
Or your hair, or so you spent the day at your smoking aunt's house, and you leave, your hair and clothes all smell like cigarettes, and you go and you hug your favorite person when you get home, and they are getting that third-hand smoke. Yeah, it's the same as the second-hand smoke. It's just as bad.
I read
Hmm.
something.
You know what's always pissed me off about smokers? It's not the fact that they smoke, it's the fact that up until relatively recently anyway, and still in some places, that they're allowed smoke breaks from work when the non-smokers were not allowed
So,
smoke breaks.
That's an interesting
That's why
point. I firmly believe
Yeah.
Spoken like a true
No,
smoker.
it's true because
Yeah.
But no, it's scientifically proven that if you take small breaks throughout the day, you're more productive because you're giving your mind a rest. So yeah, when your day is broken up into pieces where you work a little while, then you take a break, and then you work a little while, and you take a break, you give your brain that reset that lets you recharge and refocus again. But if you just continue to trudge on through without taking any breaks, then your brain waves do really weird things, and your attention span takes a dive, and you just become a really
Also,
shitty
you-
worker.
you're trying to
Like, that's-
prioritize. You can think like, okay, I got a smoke break coming up in 10 minutes. I got to finish whatever I'm doing right now. And then like on, like, whatever.
Well, then I think that just should be a thing that where you should enforce taking more breaks, just breaks.
Well, I mean,
Where is the scientific
when
study on
I
this?
don't know if there is, but I mean, when I was doing basic and some of my other courses, the smokers were always the first people done. Because they needed like when you have an hour to do something, they need 10 minutes to go and have a smoke before one next. They're getting everything that everybody else does now.
Yeah, but
That
that's
is
not a typical
one way to
work
justify
environment,
it.
though. Yeah, with a typical work environment, it wouldn't quite work that way because if you have a designated smoke break, you're just going to pause whatever it is that you're doing in the middle of doing whatever it is you're doing, and then take your break, and then you're going to pick
Who
up
the
right
fuck
where
is
you
eating
left off.
chips in the background?
Somebody's eating chips.
That's
Ray,
Ray.
why?
I opened Thin Mint cookies. I'm sorry.
Got the
I'm
munchies.
Thin Mints,
She's
fucking
so
share,
wasted.
bitch.
She's got the
My
munchies.
dad brought me
Did you
Girl
guys hear
Scout
about
cookies.
in
The old
Did you-
Colorado?
Did your dad bring some for everybody?
In Colorado, girls actually inside
Oh yeah.
like hit the
It's
jack.
clever.
Which is fucking
Yeah.
genius.
She sold like 200 boxes in the first week
Oh
alone.
yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
really smart
That's
business.
I expected higher results.
Are you sure it was the first week and not like the
one
first
Girl
day?
Scout-
I
can only
expect,
do
yeah,
so
200. I expect a day.
Well, that was just one girl.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a.
Well,
troop.
yeah, but it's like you just set up with a table there. It's however many people you can get to your table, not how many of you there are.
That's true,
guess
but
there's
most
just
of
not
these
enough
cats,
people
most of these
outside.
cats are broke after they walk out of the store.
Yeah,
So you know, it's yeah.
She's got a turn down business. She's got so many people wanting those cookies.
And I don't think they give
Her
it.
shit's blowing up.
Oh yeah, it's usually just like a couple of boxes as part of a set.
Well, yeah, usually. So as a Girl Scout, I could fucking attest to this. You end up ordering extra cases of it. So like anybody who's at a table has at least two extra cases of every cookie type, and then usually they get double of Thin Mints and the Samoas because those are the most popular ones.
Thin Mints are so gross.
You're
Fuck
gross.
you!
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't.
Mint should not be put into cookies. Should not be mixed with
ice
chocolate.
cream.
Mint belongs in
Oh,
toothpaste.
What
no,
about-
That's it. Mint.
Us-
Okay, chewing gum is as close as you can get to toothpaste without actually
about
being
that-
toothpaste.
Okay, see,
So,
I'm
yeah.
actually mostly with you. I will not eat anything that's mint that I will eventually swallow unless it's a Thin Mint cookie.
What about ice cream?
No, you know what?
I don't like
Nope,
peppermint.
mint
No,
ice
no.
cream,
That's-
like
What about
peppermints
that?
that you like
Fuck
suck
you.
What
on.
about that drink
No.
Dead
with
to me.
frog?
Fuck all of it. Nope.
No. No. we call it
Mojito.
no. Actually, Ken, this is something Ken figured out. He figured out that I will if he buys ice cream, that if it sits in the refrigerator for a few days, I will eventually eat all of
How
it,
does it last?
whether he
a
gets
few
any or
days?
not. But if he's one of those persons that eats things very, very slowly. So you get a spoonful one day and a spoonful another day, and then it's all gone because I got a hold of it. But if he buys himself a container of mint chocolate chip ice cream, I won't touch the damn stuff.
It's the best ice cream.
Nope.
So
Nope,
gross.
Ray, we cannot be friends anymore. It is one of the most disgusting
It is-
flavors ever
It's
ever
nasty.
invented. I
So
would
he's-
also,
All you guys go fuck.
I can never look
You
at it
know
the
what?
same way again because
After
my
we get off this podcast, I will. Okay.
My, whoa. One of my.
I still heard the gynecologist.
Okay, we're not talking about that here.
Yeah.
Let's,
Yeah,
That wasn't a
Was it-
segue.
Was your gynecologist male or female?
Shit, you
Well, it has to be a little bit more comfortable than having a man stick stuff up in there, right?
She put a medium-sized thing. It's small, so I don't know.
Oh my god.
We have
So
just
she
learned a
should
lot
have
about
started
this.
with
Visual,
small
like,
things.
this is just
I
what?
have a very small.
Oh,
I'm tight.
Do they have like a diagram? Just like,
Oh,
all right, we
dear
think your
Lord.
vagina is this big.
I,
No, she's
I,
that was fine.
Oh,
You were
I'm
probably
This
just
conversation
too
doesn't
stressed
really need
out
to
I,
continue.
it
and
just, I
hadn't
don't know.
and was not able to relax.
No,
So anyways,
I can't.
quarter after 10.
Alright, so back to mint chocolate chip ice cream being
Doesn't
like
matter.
the most
Quarter after.
terrible ice cream ever.
Okay, since we are talking about food,
Using the busted lips. We can't talk about a gynecologist.
Ray,
Hey, I
Ray,
was talking about a gynecologist. Leave me out of this.
Ray,
Okay.
as another vagina-bearing individual on this podcast, I am vetoing the gynecologist talk.
yeah,
How am I weird for not wanting to subject however many people to talking about my
We
vagina?
have to
I don't
think about
understand
the
why that
listeners.
makes me the weird one.
No, I'm just saying have a big discussion with random comments.
Right.
Fight.
And yes, as a shop, we have vaginas, we have dicks.
Well.
You're the one who always brings
You know
up
what?
dick.
If
We all know
there
we
were,
was on-
all right. So we obviously, us ladies, we have the lovely world of vagina doctors. If there were just straight up dick doctors that they had to go see every year,
They have
then yeah, then we could have this conversation because it's equal ground. But they don't have that.
I have a vagina doctor. I had a nurse practitioner hurt me.
well, there was your problem
I-
right there.
I don't even know where to go from there.
Well, after men get a certain age, they do have to go to the
Proctologist.
the doctor to, yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Are
not
you
your
coming
penis.
No, that's your asshole.
Are you coming up to that?
And now we're back to assholes.
That's the
We've
nice
come
thing
full
about having
circle.
external genitalia. You don't have to have someone special look up in there for you. You can just kind of sit there and play with it yourself all day and be like, oh look, yeah, everything's.
Yeah, she had a flashlight. I was very
The flashlight,
The
is really
flashlight.
creepy. I will admit, the flashlight is
She
creepy as
walks
fuck.
up with a spelunking helmet. Ready for our exam today? I guess.
Echo.
That's the first test. You test the echo.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like, yes, this is a cavernous vagina.
I had very poor She had issues.
We already confirmed you had a shallow vagina. Did not have very good echo.
Or narrow shallow.
Oh my god.
Well, there's no need to brag now, okay?
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yes.
So I have a thing.
Yeah.
Sweetness. So I went to Canada once.
No.
I've been to Canada once.
Just once. Just
So
once.
Which is
I
obviously
turned
where
on
you
the
go
TV
for
when I was in the
vaginas.
hotel room, and the only channel I got, I'm pretty sure it was like a Canadian version of Jackass, and this show played 24/7 the same episode of these guys jumping from tree to tree, chopping down trees, driving over trees, and just doing crazy stunts with trees. Now, for some reason in my hotel, this was the only television channel we had, and it was the only show that they had. Does this sound familiar in any
not
way?
really. What, where
No.
were you?
I was in Montreal.
Oh, well, they're French.
Tejan Lee, what you experienced was a psychotic breakdown where you just thought you were seeing the same channel all day long.
I was 16 at the time, and I
Well,
did a serious
and
amount of drugs when I was 16.
Usually when you turn on,
And in Canada, of all places. And
usually when you turn on
Yes.
TV, they have like a preview channel or whatever, like some default channel that'll just run like preview stuff all day. So maybe that's it. You just figure out how to change.
You were
it.
watching a preview
Maybe that's what it
channel.
was.
What?
You
Trying to
dumbass.
convince the
Dumb
tourists
fuck.
that this is the only show you should probably want
Well,
to see.
Canadian
Yeah.
TV.
We have more.
One show
Are
to
like
rule
playing
them
the
all.
same. Yeah. I don't know if you guys. It's pretty funny.
You should have a Canadian time here.
No. But yeah, Quarter Gas is about this like guy from Gas.
Everybody knows
Yeah, that's pretty
everybody. Everybody calls a friend. You don't need an invitation.
Yeah, if
I hate
you want
that
to know
song.
what
This
it's like,
is the singing part of
you
the
want to know what
podcast.
it's like to live on the prairie. Have a
I don't think anyone ever wondered what that
Are
would
you
be like.
sure?
I was
I used to live
interested.
in Saskatchewan. It's a pretty nice place. Like, really friendly. And, you know, again, like, my God, well, they don't live in, but they live near this little town called Miles. It's like a street, it's like a general store and a post office. But it's like,
That sounds like this little town I grew up next
well,
to.
they just live on a farm.
Was
They've got like 100 acres. They raise a bunch of cows. They've got crops. It's really nice out there. Like, nothing to worry about really. Like, unless you own a farm, you don't make a lot of money.
We have a town in the US that only has one person in it.
Oh yeah. But like something
That's
like
the end.
90% of the acres. Yeah, for big lot. It's all America.
Really?
I think I would rather hear it called the Us versus
That's what I call it.
America.
That hurts.
So I live really close to the state.
Well,
I call you
the
guys
America
Canada.
thing is a joke, you know.
I live really close to the state. So sometimes we go down there to like, so we were talking to my buddies. I'm like, hey, we're going to America this weekend. You want to come? Making a trip to America. But it's so crazy because like Watertown, which is like the closest city in that.
Hey, I've got a northern United States
this
accent.
isn't northern United States. This is the north country, like an area.
Oh, yeah, that type of accent.
Oh,
Like north
that,
of Syracuse.
okay.
I like how everyone had the same
north of
reaction to that.
Syracuse, and it's like
We don't talk about those
Yeah.
people. That and the weird part of Michigan. We don't talk about that.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you.
Are you in the weird part of
Yeah.
Michigan?
I'm not in the weird part, but I'm protective of my fellow states.
Do you hang out with you
so-
first?
I know some. You think that I'm Canadian?
she doesn't sound. She does not sound at all.
How the
Canadian.
fuck do I possibly...
I keep thinking you're Canadian
You don't
lost
sound anything.
Just because she's
So now you're the
close.
one who's thinking that all the girls sound the same. I was making fun of the dudes for it, but now you're like, oh, another
Well,
girl, she must be
there was
Canadian.
no-
What the fuck?
so
Evidence of
insensitive
that.
of you, Ray.
Maybe it was Ray all along.
And suddenly the truth comes out. How could you, Ray?
So how did you catch your cat staring at the wall like that?
No, that's not why. David sent me a bunch of pictures of cats staring.
It was,
No, it looks like my neck.
it was,
I like the picture of the
Oh my
horse
God.
saying, "This post is interesting." Like the horse's head is right up against the post.
I think that cat said,
yeah, like, it's just a whole bunch of cats, just like, ooh, fascinating, because they're, like, staring at just random stuff.
Yeah, I much preferred the puppy posting that was going on earlier today in
Puppy
the forums.
posting?
I enjoyed that.
Puppies are pretty
I
fucking
really like-
fantastic.
Puppies are.
No,
Yeah.
doggies.
No.
Doggies.
No,
I really
Ray.
like the.
No.
Why can't they both just be equally
Well, because, because cats,
Because
Why
that
is
would
cats
be
are
insane?
not, they're not friendly to you. A lot of people.
excuse me, barely.
No, I'm talking about like the general. Like your cats are like awesome compared to what most cats I've seen are very, very standoffish, and they'll poop on you. They'll scratch up all your stuff, make messes. But yeah, they're.
I've never heard of a cat like
It seems like dogs more care about trying to be your friend, I guess.
Yes, doggies want to be your friend. Cats want to eat your
They will eat you.
souls.
If you die, your cat will eat you.
Okay, I
Yes, they
definitely,
will.
definitely
No,
just,
my cat eating stuff.
I think
I
I've
def-
told this story before from when I worked
Yeah.
at the funeral home, and we had the
Yeah.
cat lady that came in, and her face was gone because her cats ate her.
oh my. Alright. So, I'd like to point out how it sounded like when Ray said kitties are awesome, definitely heard titties, and I was like, alright, well, there's our
Well,
next segue. Secondly,
I like
Titties!
Definitely.
I'm awake.
Cat,
I'm awake
this-
now. What? What was that?
Everyone starts zoning out. You just say titties, and it's
Oh
all
my
good
God.
again.
What?
Everyone loves titties.
No, but seriously, it's like dogs have families and all that. Cats have staff. That's what it is.
No, my princess.
Okay,
no,
the fact that you just
no
had to
way.
refer to her as your princess
we are
proves
just
my
giant.
point.
My little sister named her when she was 6, and the cat loved green fast. Unfortunately,
Ray, we already established that your cats have infected you with toxoplasmosis, so you're automatically biased because you have a parasite in your brain that makes you love cats because they want to eat you. So
princess.
your opinion is invalid. I'm sorry.
If you're pregnant,
Cats consider us big, unhairy versions
if
of
you're
cats.
pregnant, then you're not supposed to have because apparently super true.
Super
Yeah.
true.
There's a lot
So
of shit pregnant.
Just to not change cat.
Yeah, Ray, that
That's a
sounds like
really
a
good
really
idea.
responsible
That's
decision.
true.
Why don't you
You should do it.
do
Away
that?
from this conversation.
Way to avoid
You
responsibility.
should get pregnant so you don't have to change cat litter.
Dude, speaking of terrible reasons to get pregnant,
Chaos could say,
There-
well, I can avoid having to pick up cat
Number
litter
one
by
reason,
not getting
kids.
married. I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh, no, you fucking.
It's too late.
Anyway, Lozelda, you were telling us about horrible reasons to have babies?
yeah, I know. Okay, so there is a woman my mom used to work with who is she's just like pregnant all the time.
It's
I
like
don't
all
understand
the
how this is physically possible.
She's just fat.
It's like she's pregnant and then she gets to go on leave and she's gone for her 6 weeks or whatever and she's back for like
She
2
comes
months
back,
and then
it's
she's
a-
pregnant again. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you do this? So she just had
Oh my
baby
goodness.
number 4. She has 4 mortgages. Her husband doesn't work, and her entire family, like as far as like in-laws and stuff are concerned, all live with them.
Oh, okay.
And she's a pharmacist. She's 38, something like that. So the money is not exactly abundant in the
They're
house,
selling
and I
weed on
guess
the side.
so.
So she's
You would
probably
think.
one of those. She's one of those dumb fucks that has babies so they can continue to get checks from the government.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
that's the thing. It's like she's a pharmacist and stuff, so they don't
Yeah,
qualify for any
exactly.
aid or anything. But it's one of those things. It's like it's still not because they have 4 mortgages on like 2 or 3 different houses or whatever. It's like they don't qualify for anything. She's just doing it because like I don't know if she's figured out that that's how it happens.
It's like, hey, I just found out how to have babies.
There's
So,
confusion
so
somewhere.
Brian, you sit her down, tell her about the birds and the bees, and
Yeah.
that'll fix
I-
it.
I want Ray to give her this talk, actually, just based on that phrasing alone. But she's like, she just got back. She's been back for like 3 months, and she's sitting there. She's like, man, she goes, I just need to get pregnant again, so I don't have to be here anymore. She like hates her job to the point where she's like, I should just get pregnant again. That was literally what she said. And today we get a call. It's like, hey, I'm pregnant again. It's like,
up?
motherfucker.
Congratulations!
There's
Wow.
a lot of horror stories I've heard about, like women who live near training bases who will find, like, when all the new guys get shipped in, and like who get pregnant with one, just so they can live off the child support. And so there's like a woman who's got 3 kids, who's her dad doesn't work at all, lives off child support.
Well,
The fuck is
messed up.
wrong? What?
Sometimes I'm embarrassed for my gender.
Dude, we're embarrassed for our
But
gender.
if guys could do it, they would.
Very much so.
Here, stick it in something.
If we could do it, we'd probably.
Plug it in, plug it in.
I wouldn't feel.
Okay, then. I feel slightly less bad, but now a little disturbed, so thank you.
Yeah, people just want to take. People just want to
Stick
take.
it in.
So
No, if men could have babies, they would maybe have one, and then be like, no, that fucking hurt. I'm not doing that again.
I don't know, like-
Hell no. And then
hey,
the human race
if
would cease
Arnold
to
could do it,
exist.
I think the rest of us
Yeah.
could do it.
Well, like I got tattoos. And that hurt a lot. So, I don't know if that really.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's
Yeah,
the same.
Because the pain
Definitely
level's very
tattoos and
similar.
childbirth are
I'm just saying.
totally the same thing.
I
Tell
was
you what,
just thinking
you
the
get a
same way, like,
tattoo,
yeah.
if you get a tattoo inside
Wait,
your
what?
penis, and then you say,
Oh
"Hey,"
my god!
She's
then we can
And
have
then,
a
and then
conversation.
9 months later,
Stick stuff
you
up
eject
your
a
dick.
bigger tattoo.
Well, maybe I will.
She's right.
I-
Maybe
I've
I
been
will.
told-
Just to prove a point.
Compare.
Maybe.
I've been told that passing a kidney stone is the closest thing that a man can get to having a baby.
Well,
Like that for the sensation.
I will tell you what. I have passed a kidney stone. When I get to the point where I have kids, I will tell you how the comparison goes, and we can revisit this in, however many years that it is.
Wonderful.
So that means we
podcast
have to still be friends like 5 years from now. So,
Okay, so podcast.
Yeah.
the kidney stone thing? Yo, Jesus fucking Christ, yeah. Okay, you've looked at your penis, I'm assuming. I want you to imagine something that's
I
4
understand
times the size of that. That's literally a pebble, but it's pokey. It's not round and
It's
smooth
got
like
your
a
carpet.
pebble
Oh, I
is.
know.
It's
Yeah.
that comes out a pokey, it's like a mini hedgehog,
I understand.
but it's
Don't want to think about
That's
it.
just like
Yeah,
that's
it's-
like my biggest fear.
not
I
fun.
don't-
It's not fun. The drugs they give you are fun, but
Well, yeah.
Hour and a half.
If you have to pass one without drugs, no, not so much.
yeah, not so much.
No,
it's not very pleasant.
Have you never seen those types of porns? They always stick
Yeah, probably
things
for,
up their dicks.
stuff.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that like it.
No, not necessarily. What?
Not into that.
No, there's a big difference between something like S&M and just like internal urethra sensation. It's
Something about the
There's a
phrase
difference.
internal urethra sensation.
It's fine.
It's a good name for a band, right?
Oh
That's
my
totally-
god.
Like it,
But how does that look? Did you guys
No.
did, like, the end of court?
it's not.
No.
I don't know. I've never done that before. I couldn't tell you.
No, but I know it's a thing. I know it's a
Some people
No,
get turned on by pain.
Google.
Yeah.
Don't ask us.
No.
Yeah, Ray, you're sitting in front of a computer. Google. Just go
Don't-
to Google.
And don't tell us the answer.
She's too far gone.
It's the same. It's the same aspect of
At
people that
least
cut
4.
themselves. That they take pleasure in the pain. That's all.
That
And
doesn't make.
Same with,
It
like,
hurts.
when you, like, I've got a lot of tattoos. You get to a point where it's like, you have to, if you don't already, you have to get to a point where you're like, okay, I enjoy this.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Wow. It's too late now. Now you're in the pain.
No, but it's true. Like,
No, you wouldn't. You don't
Yes,
get. I wouldn't think you get tattoos because you enjoy the feeling. It's because you
No,
like
no.
having art on your body, wouldn't? Isn't that it?
Yeah, that's, we're talking about 2 different things.
You just
Yeah,
said
we're
you
talking
enjoyed
about-
the sensation.
Like, because you like that, you have to put up with the pain. So, like, one of the coping mechanisms, for me anyways, is like, yeah,
Like, yeah,
I like,
why not enjoy it?
you're like telling yourself, yes, I enjoy this feeling.
I can see that.
Abusive
Yeah.
girlfriend. I
Oh,
enjoy
God.
this. I love this.
But,
Can we talk about the fact that Ray thought it was okay to ask about this because there's 4 guys here, so obviously one of you must know about it?
I don't think that
I'm sure they
Well,
25% of men have shoved forks
Well-
in their dicks.
no.
yeah, well,
Dark knows a lot of different stuff just because he's very knowledgeable, but it's not like the norm
I just ignored
for
him.
everyone to know so much about it.
yeah,
He's an
yeah.
okay.
I work with a guy, who's just like, shit like that. I'll ask him about it.
Okay. Report back in next podcast.
Well, I'm not gonna do
There
it for a little bit, but it'll probably be like,
So, no.
Fine.
Sweetman's report is going to be like the 50th podcast, like special is just going to be him delivering this report to us.
Are we
Like, by
close?
the
yeah,
way,
46.
How many podcasts have we skipped? Do you guys know? Like, are we close to the 4
we haven't
years?
No.
Any.
How many
we've
weeks
done
have
like-
we
skipped
skipped?
any.
Not number wise. Yeah.
we've only for weeks. I think we've only skipped 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Nothing.
We should figure out what their true
Oh,
anniversary
when
is.
was the first one done? Goodness, that was.
To the
I
YouTube.
know. Is that accurate? Did we
No,
post the first
the first journal
episode,
post.
like,
That's
right
what
after
you have to
the
look at.
You'd be able to find out.
Oh yeah.
So, Anyway, we're now at an hour.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell us what we're gonna do this dude. How about you on the porch?
Oh, are you actually going to share your stories with us now? Normally, you're like, I'm not going to talk about that because I'm too uptight. I'm Ray, and I'm uptight.
Clearly, she's
I'm
not.
uptight.
Hey.
Wow. You know how much you had to do.
She was talking about.
No, but I would like you to tell us.
Be a man. I'm not gonna talk about this, Darsh.
I find this really entertaining. I think you should go on, Ray. Please tell us.
No, Darsh.
Yeah, Sweetman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations, now we're stuck with you.
Yeah.
Wait, we are?
Thanks for that.
Yeah, they didn't have the decency to lock the little fucker up, so now we've got to do
Now
it.
we're
What's he doing
That
now?
was pretty.
Because, in this country, when other people break the law, they're,
They play
given jail
professional
time
football.
or deported, but unfortunately he's allowed to still stay here and fuck shit
Yeah,
up,
because
right?
you guys suck at hockey.
I don't
Yeah.
I blame
There was
hockey.
I saw a picture of a billboard or something that was like had the two hockey players like evil. And then the next day after the game,
Yeah.
it was like the worst bet.
All right, guys. I do think it's about that time since
Oh,
it has
we don't
been
get to hear the
over an hour and
story?
a half. Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Oh.
Chaos, it's your job to remind her. I think I've heard this story before, but yes, it would be a good story for the podcast. So, everybody who's listening in on Twitch, we thank you for joining us.
No,
Hopefully we didn't
actually
experience
were
too many
quite nice.
technical difficulties.
The only one that had technical difficulties was apparently on her end, so...
Fabulous! That's exactly what I like to hear. Problems on your end, not mine. So we will do this again, same time, same place, next week. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Night.
Bye.
Say good night,
Say
Ray.
it.
Good night, Ray.
Say it.
Staying on forever.
Fine. Then we're just gonna end this thing without saying good night
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
to you. Okay, kill the feed, Chaos.